Well, hello the new, it's only me, Leonard Wells, broadcasting as usual from Studio B here in the Giggle Mill in Haslingden near Manchester in the UK. Studio B, as most of you know, is the home of that resident studio engineer, none other than that very sweet chap, Adolf Apfelstrudel, from Berchtesgaden in Bavaria, which is in Germany, you know. Adolf, very clever chap, he was once the top driver in the Automobile Association, what we call the AA, but he had a drink problem, got the sack, and joined Alcoholics Anonymous. So he was often referred to as AA from the AA, formerly with the AA from BB. During the WAR, Adolf, who is a strict disciplinarian, was gruesomely wounded and steadfastly refuses to appear on camera. So, but occasionally, just occasionally, he will wave to the audience, and he has to be coaxed. And it's a big thrill, so I always ask him whenever I appear on camera. And I see he's just walked in to the control room now. He's always a bit late, especially because he's always going to the pub, you see, and having a few of those. And so I shall now approach him gently and just see Adolf. Well, got his attention. Adolf, is there any chance that the audience might have the thrill of seeing you wave today? Oh, he says no. He said he's had a skinful and he's not in the mood. So I'll try and get on with the story. And this particular story that'll be 6 o'clock. It's these oats, you know, they keep you as regular as a clock. Right, in the story, which concerns fancy dress party, where people can't recognise the other person because they've got fancy dress on, you know, the kind of thing. And in this particular story, this married couple were very keen to go to this very posh fancy dress party, which was being run by the husband's employer. So he liked to put on a good face, you see. So he insisted that they go. So he, for a change, he bought himself a costume making him look like Hiawatha, an Indian. And his wife, who liked to surprise her husband, she didn't tell him, but she bought a witch's outfit. And so on the night, he gets dressed up. He's in his bathroom. He gets dressed up as Hiawatha, and he comes in carrying his tomahawk, and he goes, ooh, 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 ooh. And he finds his wife lying on the bed, and with a cold flannel on her forehead, you see. And he says, what's the matter, darling? He says, why aren't you ready? So she says, I've just developed the most dreadful migraine. She said, you'll have to go without me. He said, oh no, I can't go without you. He said, it'll not look right. She said, I insist. She said, just tell your boss, because I know his wife also has migraine, so she'll understand. So I'm just going to stay here, and I hope you have a great time. So off he goes, Hiawatha, and he gets to the party. In a way, he's dancing around and woo, 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 and all this sort of business, you know. And in the meantime, his wife dozes off, and when she comes to, she realises she's not got a migraine anymore. In fact, she's feeling great. So as only 1 hour had gone by, she decides, well, I will go to the fancy dress after all. So she dons her witch's outfit. Of course, she's got a mask on, so nobody would know who she was. And even her husband didn't know what she was going to look like. So when she gets to the party, it's in full swing. Oh, the band, full swing, and in the middle of the room she could see her husband who was whooping it up, whoa, dancing around with all the ladies, obviously having a great time. So she thinks, so he didn't miss me. So she watches him for a while, and he dances with about half a dozen at least. And then just before the next dance after that, she goes up and she said, she tries to disguise her voice a bit. She said, "Hi, Hiawatha. You fancy dancing with a witchy squaw like me?" So he looks her up and down, and sure. Of course, he puts on his his deep Indian type voice. So off they go dancing around the room. Well, she'd actually never realised that her husband could dance so well, and they really, everybody in the room was watching them. Because while he's dancing with her, he's sort of got his hands where he shouldn't, but she didn't mind because it was her husband, you see. So eventually, after about 10 minutes of this, she whispers in his ear. She said, I need a bit of fresh air. Shall we go outside? The moon's out and there's plenty of seats to sit on and bushes and things. So they go outside, and she finds that she's feeling very romantic. So before long, they end up in the bushes. Oh, for an hour. Oh my God. So at this point, she said she makes her excuses and decides to leave. And she comes home, and she decides on the way home that she'll not say anything about what's gone on, because her husband wouldn't recognise her in the witch's outfit, you see. So she goes home, gets undressed, gets to bed, and about 7 o'clock in the morning before her husband rolls in. So he slides under the blankets, and she looks at him and she said, "Hi, Hiawatha." So he says, "Oh, there wasn't much of that Hiawatha business." She said, "Didn't you have a good time dressed as Hiawatha?" "Oh," he said, "no," he said. "When I got there was 3 of my mates, and we all said, bugger this for a lark, we're going down to the local pub, play poker." So he said, "I lent my outfit to a new bloke at the office, and he told me later on," he said, "oh boy did I have a great time," he says, "wearing that Hiawatha outfit," he said. "I found some old slag, and he said we were banging away in the bushes for about 3 hours," he said. So that's a good lesson for all of us. Be very careful when people can't recognise who you are. Thank you, and good night, folks.